Tell us about Microwd and why you founded it.
Well, I found it because basically I had a couple of scholarships over there. I have children with scholarships, and I made the mistake of asking them how else could I help them. And of course, I said mistake as a joke because they gave me the idea of starting, let's say, complementing the credit with or complementing the scholarship with the credit. So basically, I started lending to the mothers of the children I was paying their scholarships, and that was a perfect mix. We were putting somehow education and investment all straight and working hard, and that's how we started. Then we saw the opportunity of helping them, and then we realized we were not helping them. We were partnering, and we were venturing together. So that's how it started in Nicaragua, by the way.
Nicaragua. And now it's in
Nicaragua, Peru, Mexico, and Costa Rica. But still, the strongest country we have is Nicaragua. Is where I see the purest and strongest capitalism, understanding capitalism as a woman buying the cow and selling the milk.
Mm-hmm. And the platform exclusively lends to women. Say more about that.
When I started lending women, it was because I read a book or a couple of books of Muhammad Yunus, Nobel Prize, 2016, I think, and basically he said, if you lend to women, they are going to repay better. I just wanted to be sustainable and then profitable, and that's why it was all because of the black numbers. So instead of the red ones.
And what have you found with those clients? Are they?
I found that the women are more profitable for my company than men in general terms. This is what I see comparing myself with the rest of the industry. And also, I found that they can have a much better impact because part of the proceeds they invest in education of the children, improvement of their housing, of their houses. They hire their own husbands many times. So somehow I discovered that it could not only be profitable but also with a much more solid social impact.
And you're leveraging technologies, but you also have brick and mortar banks. Tell us about the end-to-end model that you've adopted.
When I started the whole thing, it was back in 2007 or so. I was working in Geneva and I had microfinance over there, many microfinance funds, and I saw many intermediaries over there. So I thought myself, okay, if I can skip all them and I can lend end to end, I can be very effective. If I can be effective, they can be more profitable. If they can be more profitable, they can repeat. If they repeat, I'll be more profitable as well. So basically, as I said before, we are partnering with women in the ventures we are having all together. So it's been a process, very tough process, very challenging, because I've always said I wanted to have a bank where the clients are happy to pay. No, I'm not happy to pay my mortgage, and I hope my clients to be happier than I am to pay the loans. No, so this is pretty much the pathway we are seeking.
And by end to end, you also mean you're connecting investors to these entrepreneurs. You started as a micro lending or a crowd lending platform, and it's evolved.
It evolved because basically we were profitable for the investor as well, so we evolved. At the very beginning, we were, as you said, we were a crowd lending platform, and at some point we showed the investors that we could be a solid investment in terms of financials as well. So we showed them that that a woman in Nicaragua can be more profitable than investing in the S&P, which is pretty much what we are working for every day. No? I'm trying to show my investors and the market in general that these women can be more profitable.
And just talk about some of your investors, for example.
Well, ProMujer is one of my investors.
Okay.
We have a model that they invest in Peru with the filters of the women that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we have an incubator called Microwd X before Twitter was called X. So we have this incubator. We try to educate our clients. We try to engage our clients with our model and with our company, and we give them the first, let's say, seed capital or seed debt, and then we have investors that they cherry pick somehow from these women that they have already proven that they can be strong enough to repay, and that they have the willingness to pay and ability to pay. No, the two variables we analyze. So once we have these cohorts of women already, we offer to investors such as ProMujer.
And then in terms of like equity investment in the company, you've chosen not to raise from a lot of impact funds, which you said don't quite fit the model. Explain that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that we think in a super long term, everything we do is for the next 10 years, because basically it's the approach we have for these women. We try the company to be solid in terms of speech as well, no? So I look for excellence when I travel to Peru, and I seek for excellence when I sell their excellence when I'm fundraising in Madrid or in Europe or whatever I am, no? It's not that I'm looking for the very strong ones in Peru and then I come back to Madrid and I say, no, these poor women that they need a loan. No, we don't sell that. We sell strength and ambition. So what we say to our women is, okay, this is not a loan for the next 12 months. This is a loan for the next 12 years. But that doesn't match very good with the funds, because funds are short-term terms, and I respect that, but there's no place for us to think in the next 3 years. I don't know what I'm doing in the next 3 years, and I know what I'm doing in the next 12. So that's pretty much we have. Actually, we were very lucky because we have fundraised in terms of capital twice, and both of them we did it through our debt investors, that they were happy with the platform, and we said to them, okay, now we are fundraising, would you like to improve your commitment with the company and with the model and be not only a debt investor but also an equity investor? And they accepted, and we covered the rounds. Instead of fundraising and cold calling and having meetings, we just send a couple of emails and we cover our runs. So we have a plan A, which is our platform and our community, and it has worked super well.
Last question is coming back to the market opportunity with lending to women in Latin America. How many are you lending to now, and how large do you see this market?
The market is huge, and it increases every year in terms of capital and in terms of people as well, because the population is growing as well. It's 800 million gap, more or less. But also not only this, but also the amount of opportunities we have around us. Technology, which is our biggest ally, they offer us the opportunity, or they offer us actually opportunity for them to build companies that they couldn't build before. Before, any app was a 40,000 euros or dollars company. Now building an app is 2,000. Website used to be 20,000 and now it's $500, or even you can do it yourself through companies like Wix or these companies, no? So the amount of opportunities, the amount of offer you have around you has increased a lot. So the market we target, okay? So it's beautiful.
Sorry, just to be clear, you're saying not only is the population of women growing and underserved, what those women can do once you open up access to capital
Exactly.
has grown.
Exactly, and the amount of the pipeline of projects they can develop has increased. As we explained before, it was only cows and pigs, and I don't know, cows and pigs, and now it's also apps, delivery, restaurants through delivery, dark kitchens. I mean, dark kitchens, they seem super sophisticated, but I mean, you can have a dark kitchen everywhere in the world, no? They have a kitchen and they deliver. They have 3 restaurants, and we have that too as well. So, and also one thing which is very funny and important to mention is right after COVID, innovation appeared, like dramatically, but it appeared, and there's plenty of things that they were not doing before and they are doing now. So pharmaceutical companies and pharmaceutical ventures, they deliver super fast and they have a gap over there. We have seen, for example, in terms of impact, that the investment in terms of healthcare, they have increased a lot. So there's an opportunity that we didn't have before. In terms of loans, it's 20,000. In terms of outstanding women that they are going to be with us in the next 12 years, as we explained before, we consider that we have around 5,000. Our approach is we're going to have 20,000 in 4 years, and we treat them like if it were a private banking, no? Instead of treating them like, okay, bottom of the pyramid, I need to have a lot of clients, a lot of scalability, blah blah blah. We do it the other way around. It's not many clients, but very committed with the company, and treat them super well, like a private banking way, and in the long run.
Fantastic.
So we are a private banking company for the bottom of the pyramid.
There you go. Well, thank you for your time, and
Welcome.
keep us posted on the progress.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.